how you picked up that woman, man.
Check your seat. Make sure she's
Excuse me.
So I'm going to bring it in. Just make sure she's alive.
Don't get up!
Sue! Go to court right now. Call 911 and sue them. Sue that man. What did you do?
It doesn't make sense.
They just knocked on the ground. I have no idea what provoked it.
Shame on you!
Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you!
Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you!
Am I being detained for? How do you sleep that night?
It's ridiculous, you know.
Enough, you should be ashamed of yourself. I spit on the ground.
People have no concept. It's so frustrating. They have no concept of how to do civil. Did you see what went on at UC Davis?
No, I did not.
Oh my gosh, they chased those cops out of there and they turned and ran. There were like 25 cops, all with machine guns and freaking billy clubs and spraying after they sprayed and pepper sprayed. Yeah, after they sprayed those 20, a few days ago, they sprayed like 20 cans of pepper spray. And then they turned around, shame on you, and they shoved those and they ostracized those cops and they fled. Yeah.
We gotta fight back.
Yeah, you got it. That video?
You know exactly what happened?
I don't know. I just know that they threw her to the ground and took something from her or something.
Could she be menacing or threatening or something?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I mean,
Could be, but I don't think so. That's not the impression I got. They also just arrested somebody else over there, so I kind of, I don't know.
I don't always want to jump the gun and say they're wrong, you know?
Yeah.
It could be something that they're doing right.
It's true, yeah, I don't know.
The thing is, though, is what people don't understand is if you're going to get arrested, don't process. Having a badge and grant checks your rights, we film cops and we shut them down. I'm a full-time civil disobedience activist and have been for 32 years.
What was your suggestion?
If you get arrested, especially in mass, then don't process and shut the jail down. They have to. Like
It overwhelms the system.
yeah. So like the 700 people that were arrested on the bridge, if a third or even half of them had refused to process, meaning I'm not going to give you my name, and you just don't comply with your arrest,
Come up.
yeah, exactly. Instead, they all processed, and that was the suggestion of the legal defense. Why? Because the lawyers want to drive. You know? So you just you simply do not process, and they don't have room for you. And what are they going to do? Hold somebody.
Is one a huge something like this stuff the Japanese in World War II.
In which case, that'd be great, because then it'd bring even more people out.
Exactly, you'd have even more publicity and behind the thing.
They jumped on the public transit.
Next guy going down.
You know how to get hold of them. But I really haven't been able. Being beaten and poked with nightsticks like if they're nothing. And what do? We just sit on our asses here, tolerating this bullshit. Where is the valor? If it would have been England, we would have been tossing Molotovs and rocks on those fighters for the treatment of our women. The men can tolerate it, but come on. And this has nothing to do with sexism. This has to do with it's right. This is not right. The treatment of our ladies should not be tolerated. Everyone stand! Do something! You see one of our women being violated in such a fashion, stand up and do something! Sometimes taking pictures is not enough! Wake up! Yo. Wake up! Ladies and gentlemen, please! Wake up!
What are you suggesting people
If it can happen to her, it can happen to any one of you ladies.
So what do you
What do
suggest?
you want people to
Fight stand and fight back! Because it is our right as American citizens.
You have your riot? Is that what you suggested?
Who said anything about a riot?
You said fighting back.
Fight back when one of us is in trouble, especially a woman. Did you see the way they tossed her back that way?
I didn't see what provoked it.
Who provoked it? She didn't provoke anything.
That's my question.
They just snatched her and tossed her back.
Excuse me. Look, I'm not on anyone's side.
Come here for a minute.
What the hell's
No. I don't want to talk anymore.
Violence isn't gonna wait, man.
The right idea. If you were here when we were getting our asses beat, surrounded by that fucking tent.
When the riots happened in London, Manchester, Birmingham, and Liverpool, the minute they started throwing Molotovs and rocks, what happened? They stood back, they said, all right, let's talk about this. No one's winning though. I'm all for peaceful protest, but sometimes you can't get away. You can't, look, if you're willing to tolerate the treatment of our women, that's you. I can't stand behind you and won't stop.
But they're the agitators. I know they're the agitators. That's why we can't allow them to play us out of ball.
Stand and watch. This is about violence, dude.
Mate, do me a favor right now. Piss off. Leave me alone, all right?
Hey, I belong
Piss
here.
off. I belong here too, and what you're doing is not productive. You're not,
No, you're doing
you're not doing anything productive. I'm telling the people to stand and not tolerate such treatment of our ladies. If you want to watch and everything like that, do nothing. That's you. That's you.
You're trying to incite violence. That's wrong.
No, I'm not trying to incite violence. I'm trying to incite us standing and defending ourselves that's necessary.
It's not necessary. It's not necessary.
I bet you're all for this too, right? You're all for that too.
No, I'm not for this boss.
That's what America has turned into right there. The Grim Reaper with a scythe going around causing bloodshed.
So you want to cause more bloodshed? That's gonna
No,
help.
no, I don't want to cause
Be
more
non-
bloodshed.
Be non-violent.
I want us to
Be
defend our
non-violent.
ladies. That
Be
was non-violent right there, what they're doing. You think they're going to think about non-violence toward us? I was beat with a baton just because I decided to sit my ass down on the floor.
That's wrong.
That's wrong.
They shouldn't hit people.
But-
Being non-violent, not gonna help.
That's wrong. You're going to tell me that's wrong.
Yeah. Then that's what anybody will do.
You need to tell me that that's wrong.
The only way that you're going to stop what's going on, you can't stop it with violence. The only way that you can stop it is by stopping paying into the system. Don't pay them anymore. And preach that. That's what you should be preaching. Stop paying to support. Stop paying to fund the violence. That's what you need to stop. The funding. Their paychecks.
No one's listening. No one's doing it. People are more just standing around holding up signs and everything, and I'm for that. But more action is needed. They're taking advantage just for the fact that we're not being violent back.
Do you guys
They're
know?
taking advantage. I mean, I wish people would realize this.
Do you?
They say, oh, we can do whatever we want toward them, and they're not going to, we can get away with it because they're not causing any violence. They're taking advantage. They can do whatever the hell they want because we are non-violent. And I'm not condoning the use of violence, but sometimes it's necessary.
It's not necessary.
It's been proven
It's
back in
not
history.
necessary.
It has been proven
know what?
as a
Let me
last
tell you something.
resort.
Let me tell you something.
So what we're going to do if they start pulling out their guns at us, huh? What if they
Then I'll
start
get-
deciding,
then I'll be the
well,
front.
we're tired of using batons.
Then I'll be at the front.
We're tired of using our guns. We're tired of
Then you can step back and I'll go to the
this.
front.
Let's start spilling some light.
10 cops just tackled the lady for standing there.
Hasn't it been proven by the very own hand that they're willing to use violence?
They get out
Yes.
I don't know, 10 cops tackling one lady is kind of excessive, I would say.
They get on video.
What? I guess so. I think everybody's done it. The cops especially.
Every guy finds a video. I mean, we need to get that for legal. That's what happened to UC Davis is calm things down in California because of the
Slam back with that. Any moment she could have banged her head, that girl could have banged her head on any of these sports. And I'd have been in the coma, killed, or worse. I can't believe it. You know what? No, let's have the conversation.
You know, unfortunately, Say now I'm being tricky. A general, a soldier, has to know when to do one thing versus another thing. Look around. You think these people are behind you for going to get guns? Do you think you could? Okay, so then what's your degree of resistance?
My degree of resistance is to defend those who can't defend themselves. That's
idea.
what it's about.
What
I'm not saying for us.
What weapons will you use?
We're not going to use any weapons, but we're going to do whatever it takes to get to protect our people, especially our women. Who said anything about using weapons?
How are you going to protect them against an armed force of thugs?
Disagree, and I think it would be a long
We've done it
conversation
before.
to figure out where we are.
We've done it before. When it happened after the raid, what happened?
How?
3 cops, because they met resistance. 3 cops got injured, and it wasn't because we wanted to injure, but we felt threatened. So why can't we use that same old technique as they do? Because they started taking out the barricades, which I think was kind of foolish, but still, you can't expect anyone to get frustrated at time. So of course they're going to start doing things, but it still does not condone the use of violence. It still does not condone someone getting their head split open, obviously by a baton, because I know those kinds of cuts, the way it bleeds. It was up here. Whatever laceration he received was up on this part. Now how the hell does he bang his head up here in this part, unless he went head first into something?
Well, we know cops
We know that some cops have hit
Now,
people
well, that's a bit extreme.
real hard.
And now what next? We're going to do what they did in Oakland. Well, next is going to be rubber bullets and tear gas and much more worse violence. And we're going to just sit and tolerate. I am all for. It is tolerance.
It's not tolerant.
It's peaceful tolerance. When you're doing peaceful protest, you're just sitting down and you're tolerating even if they kill you.
You're
It's
not
still
doing
tolerance.
that. If you're organizing, if you're gathering, and if you're explicitly staying nonviolent in the face of their excess, that's not nothing. That is taking action.
Yeah, that's taking direct
You saw the UC Davis video, I'm sure. Oh, you gotta see the UC Davis video, right? Totally peaceful people. They're sitting there linked arm. Cop comes by, sprays it.
Oh,
doesn't
now
make
that,
a
now.
face. Yeah, sure.
I'm not in university. I was pissed off about that as well.
Right, but the response from the crowd was as instructive as what the cops did. They completely non-violently chased the cops out. If they had used any force against them, they would have lost. Not that they wouldn't have justified it. Not that I'm saying if I had been there, I wouldn't have wanted to attack, but I would have lost. And they won.
Sometimes winning and losing counts,
Right.
even in a single battle.
Yeah, that's why I say no matter what, we have to stay non-violent. Because it's
What
all we
happens?
have.
What happens? What happens? What happens if one of our members gets so roughly shoved or treated like that where they end up losing their life? Then what? They're willing to lose their lives and make them martyrs? Is that it?
We are more likely to cause that to happen if we try and fight the cops.
We don't even have to try and make that happen. We're going to do it anyway just by us resisting, by sitting down peacefully and not making one move. They beat me with a baton just because I didn't want them.
I know
They
that
shoved my face into the ground and put their knee on top of my neck and their elbow on top of my face.
I'm not in any way trying to suggest that that is acceptable at all. I'm trying to say that they have all the power when it comes to that kind of power. We can't meet them with the same sort of power that they use on us because we're going to lose. Because they have guns and helicopters and
That's what
vests.
government is. That's what all laws are. It's a monopoly on violence. That's what government is.
So what are you saying, that England was wrong for what they did?
No, I'm
So
saying
they're not a
I'm saying that the
government, they're
protests are in the
third
right.
world
Well, we have to focus
My
on.
hope is a third world country then, right?
Wait,
Is
I
that
missed
it?
that.
Because they decided one of our people got shot and killed just by sitting down, by idly innocently in their car. One of the bobbies happened to let off a shot and it caught him. So we got tired and fed up and we did the right. So that makes us savages, right?
I don't think that's what he was saying.
That's not what I'm saying. That's the opposite of what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that government.
Government.
What government?
This is government.
Police.
This is
The
government
police
we're
are
doing.
government. And what government is, it's a monopoly on violent force. And it shouldn't be. And that's what it is. So the problem is that that's what they think that they are. They think that they're there to beat people down. And they're there, and if anybody else uses violence, you're competition. And they need to end the competition. You can't be violent. They have a monopoly. They have more people than you could ever muster up as far as violence goes. So violence isn't the answer because it will never work. You can never out-violence the government. You can never out-force the government. That's what government is. It is force. So you have to find another way. It has to be peaceful.
They got all the bullets.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And I would say if it comes to the point of cops actually killing one of us, then what we do is we link arms and say, if you want to shoot one of us, you better be prepared to shoot all of us. And that's not something I think the government's going to be close to prepared to do anytime soon.
Don't be surprised, though.
Well, look, I'm not trying to suggest I know it.
Don't be surprised. We put up for Penn State.
I wasn't, but I certainly know. Yeah, well, look, I'm not trying to say I have all the answers.
No, I know.
I'm just saying the strategy.
Yeah, I mean,